On 30th July 1957, in the meeting of the Federal Executive Council, an idea to build National Mosque as a symbol of the country's independence was announced. A proposal was made to name the mosque Masjid Tunku Abdul Rahman Putra, identification of Yang Teramat Mulia Tunku Abdul Rahman Putra Al-Hajj, achievement in governing the country to gaining independence on the 5th March 1958, meeting with chief ministers of the 11 states in the Federation of Malaya. On the other hand, he named it Masjid Negara in thanksgiving for the country's harmonious independence without bloodshed. On Friday 27 August 1965, the mosque was declared open by the third Yang di-Pertuan Agong, the late Tuanku Syed Putra of Perlis. It was led via 3 architects, of whom have been local architects. National identity in Malaysia's state mosque built form as a socio-cultural product. Masjid Negara symbolized the national identity with multiracial country. It was designed by Malay, constructed by Chinese and Indians, and financed by contribution from Buddhists, Hindus, Christians, and Muslims. It was built with a modern Islamic design which can give aspiration of a young and growing nation, yet still had a bit of traditional Malay architecture. National Mosque has been a venue for spiritual development as a center for ibadah, learning, social activities, and dissemination of dakwah through mosque tourism. National Mosque become an attraction to Malaysia as well as foreigners. It is one of the tourism places to visit. In the National Mosque, there are incredible architecture that made it become a place of worship with unique design. This mosque was influenced by Malay traditional architecture. The dome is built according to design of umbrella. Minaret is also known as folded umbrella, while the dome is known as open umbrella. Due to hot weather in Malaysia, the air ventilation system is constructed based Malay traditional house, kampung house, which has elevated floor plan. By this way, there are always continuous airflow. The architects have made the National Mosque suitable with the climate in Malaysia. Architecture design of National Mosque is influenced by Islamic architecture, 7 principles representing the relationship of belief in Muslim and manifesting themselves in daily architecture. The construction of Masjid Negara from the base to the roof were using concrete material. The Masjid Negara construction is also concerned about overall cost. Moreover, concrete is the most economical material compared to other material. The type of piling foundation that probably used by Masjid Negara based on Datuk Baharuddin Qasim's statement is concrete piling. Cast-in-place concrete piles would be the best option for Masjid Negara, considering at that time precast were not very familiar in Malaysia. As Kuala Lumpur is a capital of Malaysia and located at western area of Malaysia, has 2 part of soil type based on a research by Sadaf. The 2 type of soils in Kuala Lumpur are limestone and Kenny Hill formation. Therefore, the type of pile foundation that can be relatively suitable is concrete pile, as what Datuk Baharuddin Qasim had said in the news. Frame is one of the important elements in superstructure. The purpose of frame is to hold structural load from the building and transfer it to the substructure below the ground level. According to Lim and Hayati, Masjid Negara used column and cast-in-reinforced concrete for superstructure. In the Grand Hall have 16 huge circular columns. These are the construction process of column. Firstly, the reinforced is fixed to the starter bar from column stump. Formwork for square column need to cover all sides of it and breast width. After it sets, concrete will be poured and cured for 5 days before removing the formwork. A stair is a series of steps which elevated a measured distance. It is also leading from one level of the structure to another. In Masjid Negara, with more people coming and using the staircase at the main entry, it was constructed with wider and it takes a lot of space. For the construction of the staircase, it has the same steps which need to be built, the formwork with right angle of flight, dimension of tread and riser, as well as the height from floor to floor. Then, reinforcement for staircase is important since staircase is a suspended structure. After that, concrete will pour. The staircase will be finished after the formwork removed and the concrete is cured. The roof or dome of the main prayer hall can be said as one of the most interesting elements in Masjid Negara. This roof is presented in semi-open umbrella. The roof is designed in the shape of the payung kertas, a folded umbrella. Since concrete is chosen as the main material of the roof, the construction of it is same which needs to set formwork and reinforcement, then concrete will be poured. A layer of waterproof material is needed to protect the interior of the building. For the finishes, renovation is done by overlay the original pink concrete roof with green and blue tiles in 1987. For the mausoleum, white and yellow color paint are used for the finishing. Waffle slab was constructed for upper floor. It can also act as a roof. This structure has a thin layer of plan surface on the top and grids like a waffle at the bottom part. This kind of slab contains of two-directional reinforcement. The process of the construction quite same as the folded plate roof, but has different set of formwork which form the shape of waffle. Then reinforcement placed with two direction. After it sets, concrete will be poured and cured. The construction of reinforced concrete wall is an important phase in building construction. It is constructed to transfer load from building to the foundation. Construction of reinforced concrete wall controls the safety of the building so that considerable caution shall be practiced. The reinforced concrete is concrete in which wire mesh or steel bars are embedded in order to increase its tensile strength. The construction process of reinforced concrete wall are reinforced placement, installation of formwork, pouring concrete, removal of formworks and curing concrete wall. Before pouring concrete, formwork is constructed to form the final shape of concrete. The wall is finished by covering the simple and earth-colored Italian marble tiles after the formwork is removed. The doors which are located at the main prayer hall were sliding doors built with transparent glass and aluminium frames anodized with gold color. This a sliding door consists of one fixed panel attached to hangers on rollers which slide along track. Aluminium track profile will be cut to design length and manually lifted into position onto pre-prepared structure and secured with screw fixing. All associated components will be then attached to this profile. Door with approved glass will be adjusted into place and secured to the track. Internal door inside Masjid Negara is panel door, and style of the panel door will be connected by tongue and groove joints. Its material is solid wood because it is able to withstand shrinkage and swelling due to humidity. The windows in main prayer hall are triangular fan-like windows with decorative blue-colored tempered glass avoid direct sunlight from coming into the prayer hall and create a calm atmosphere for the prayers. The material used is tempered glass, which is 4 times stronger than ordinary glass. The glass is glazed so that can reduce the risk of serious injury for human and make the glass less susceptible to breakage. The hermetically sealed space between glass panes is filled with air. In some cases, argon and krypton gas are used to reduce energy transfer and improve thermal performance. Internal walls are usually defined as walls that divide rooms as opposed to the inside of the external walls. Burnt clay bricks is used to construct internal wall in national mosques. It is widely available in many countries. In national mosques, clay brick is selected too since they are durable so that the building could be preserved until today. Construction of brick wall is done by joining the bricks with mortar. Mortar is prepared by 1 portion of cement, 4 portions of sand, then mixed with water. After reaching the final height, a soft brush is used to go over every brick to remove the excess mortar before drying. Finishes is affected to the aesthetic of the building and the material could be designed for the interior or exterior finishing. It can protect the surface from the impact, water, frost and corrosion. Tiles are an essential in a construction and it brings beauty to the interior and exterior of a building. It is a system comprising substrate, adhesive stone, grout and movement joints. Plastering and painting will be done on both external and internal wall. Every building has their own sewage system, which include Masjid Negara. One of the important sewage system is the sanitary system in the toilet. Sanitary appliances can be divided into two groups, soil appliances and waste appliances. The other sanitary fittings are tissue holders, soap dispenser, hand dryers, mirrors, waste bins, sanitary bins, coat hook, and alarm.